Welcome back to Hot Topics TV, y'all. Listen, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Let's get right into the story. So, they're asking for prayers, man, for Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders, the coach slash football legend slash sports legend, because he actually played pro football and baseball. Probably the only person to do that. Well, I think Michael Jordan went basketball and baseball. Deion went football and baseball. Anyways, before we go reminiscing about the good old days of Deion Sanders and how he would show up to the game in a helicopter, and he got the name Prime Time because he was showful and boasty, but he also had the talent to back it up, and football world was on fire. Before we go into all that, let's get into what's going on with him now and why they're asking for prayers now. So prayers are pouring in for Deion Sanders amid his scary medical situation. Deion Sanders is one of the best football players in history. He could reportedly end up needing a foot amputation as a result of what's transpired with his injuries. The Colorado Buffaloes head coach shared this news this week. He said, "I have full trust in my medical team, and God bless Dr. Ken Hunt, who's a orthopedic surgeon, Dr. Donald Jacobs, who is a vascular surgeon, and Dr. Max Wohlor, who is a vascular surgeon as well, and Lauren Esquivold. And more importantly, he said, I have full trust in Jesus." So he's throwing his faith in his God, in there, and he's also expressing full trust in his medical team. One thing cannot be argued. He has a hefty net worth, so he definitely has the money to afford the best care in the world, and that's going to help a lot. However, we've had this conversation before where we said, health is really wealth, because when your health starts to fade, even the wealthiest man will give up all that money and material possessions to get his health back. Like, I'm sure right now they're talking about amputating Deion Sanders' foot, or they're saying that it might come to that. And I'm sure if you ask them today, hey, empty your bank account and you get a full healthy foot where you have no worries, he would probably do it in a heartbeat. He left a message. He said, "As you know, I've faced some medical challenges with my foot, but I've never said, why me? I keep moving forward, progressing. See, you never know what a person may be going through while I sit in your seat of judgment, but you can trust and believe that we are all going through something. Just keep the faith and know that if he brought you to it, he will bring you through it. I'm Coach Prime, and I'm built for this. Hashtag Coach Prime. I have full trust in my medical team, like I said before, full trust in Jesus, full trust in he named a bunch of people from his medical team and what they do as far as orthopedic surgeon and cardio and vascular surgeon. Now, prayers have been pouring in. His longtime girlfriend, Tracy Edmonds, shared a heartfelt message. I'm so far behind the times, I just had a flashback and I was like, Tracy Edmonds, wasn't she married to Babyface Edmonds before? And I went and looked it up. And then I got curious and I thought, did Deion Sanders steal her from him? Interesting. And I looked it up and I found a whole beautiful story about blended families, which I'll get into in a minute. So Tracy says, this is his longtime girlfriend. She says, I'm always praying for you and seeking information on alternative options. Please remember your health comes before everything, is what she wrote. What it seems like. It goes on to say, our thoughts and prayers continue to be with the Colorado Buffaloes head coach amid this scary situation. Hopefully, he will not need to get his foot amputated. I just sat and watched a video of him, Deion Sanders, having a meeting with his medical team. And what it looks like is he's working his foot too much. There was some very sad information there where they basically told him that at one point a year ago, it was 60% blood flow coming in from the vessels in that foot. And now they've closed off to like almost nothing. So no poor circulation. And he's already had a couple of toes removed on that foot. I believe 2 toes removed, because I heard him in the video say, well, at this point, I only got 8 toes left. So whatever the next thing is, I want to get it done by this summer, because it is what it is at this point. So he's putting on a brave face, but I can't imagine somebody just being all tough through this. I would probably be crying when no one is looking, even though I got to put on a brave face. He is Coach Prime. So he's built himself and his brand on being able to go through everything and to always have faith in God, and that faith will carry you through stuff. But he's still only human. So there's got to be them times where you feel like you want to break down and cry, even though he says he never asks why me. He just keeps on progressing. At some point, you must get exhausted to the point where you're just between you and God. You're like, God, why me? I just want to know, right? I'm not saying I'm cursing you. I just want to know why me. But that's personal. Listening to the message, or to listening to the meeting between him and his doctors, the doctor was saying that basically it's looking very possible like that might be the next option. Deion asked what can be done to like open up the vessels so more blood flow goes in. And their explanation they gave to him about opening up, that can be done, but keeping them open, that's a whole nother story, and with a whole nother list of difficulties and no guarantees, which pretty much sounds a bit grim to me. So what I got from that whole meeting was it's coming down to where one day he might lose that foot. They're just prolonging how long he keeps the foot. Now, Deion in the meeting said something that caught my attention. Deion Sanders said, I have no feeling, zero feeling in the bottom of my foot. That's the same foot he already lost 2 toes on and has zero feeling in the bottom of that foot. So naturally, what do you think's going to happen sometime eventually? It's not a good look. Now I know the prior warriors are going to jump out. Deion's a Christian man. The prior warriors are going to jump out. You're going to pray for that miracle. You're going to hope for the best. You're going to send him his best wishes. And at the end of the day, we're just going to have to accept it. Like he has put on a brave face to accept it, that it is what it is. So we send our prayers, man, out for Deion Sanders, and we hope that Coach Prime does not have to lose his foot. But for right now, it's very much looking like that's what it could be. Stay tuned, because we're going to follow this all the way through and see what happens next. Leave your comments in the comment section below, and I'll leave you with this. Your health is your real wealth. Without your health, you cannot enjoy all the other wealths that come along. And not only that, but this one. We're all humans. And as long as you're living here on earth, you're going to have to go through something. My auntie said that God has a package for everybody. In that package, you don't know what's in your package. One person got dementia. Another person has Alzheimer's. Another person has cancer of the liver or kidneys. Another person has colon cancer. Another person gets brain cancer. This person gets this. That person gets that. It sounds grim. But everybody ends up getting something in their package along the way of life if you live long enough. Nobody lives into old age. and nothing happens to them throughout their entire lives. That's rare, very rare. So, like Deion Sanders says, everybody is going through something. Remember, I told you I just had a brain fart, and then it dawned on me that this is Tracy Edmonds, that used to be with Babyface Edmonds back in the day. And although she has been Deion Sanders' girlfriend for quite some time, she was Babyface's wife for 13 years. And they got divorced. And from the information I gathered, Tracy was the one that filed for divorce. Babyface was hot back in the day, as far as hot on the charts. He was that guy to go to if you wanted a hit. He was touring heavy. He was making a lot of money. He was everywhere, and women were throwing panties and bras at him. Literally, no joke. So she probably could not handle that life and his infidelity, if there was any. I'm probably talking out the side of my head, but I'm just saying, I don't know why she would have chosen to divorce him, or maybe he was too busy for her. However, my curiosity was, did she leave Babyface for Deion Sanders? As in, did she start an affair and fell in love and decided she wanted a divorce so she could go get with, which would mean that Deion had stolen Babyface's wife, right? Who he had for 13 years as his wife. I know some people are going to say, damn, you went from being a man's wife for 13 years to another man's girlfriend for however long you've been girlfriend. You know, you're a grown woman. It's time to put a ring on it. But I'm not off that cloth. I'm the kind of person who believes that people have their own timing. You know, some people get married quickly and they're divorced in a few years. Other people, they stick around each other for a whole lifetime. No marriage papers needed. And then some people, they've known each other for about 10, 15 years before they even decide to tie the knot. So it's up to different people how they handle their situation. Anyways, as far as they goes, I was pleased to find out that such wasn't the case. Okay. Tracy Edmonds and Babyface, they split after 13 years of marriage. There was no bitterness. They remained good friends. Not only did they remain good friends, she started dating Deion Sanders. You know, she's a mom, so she has children, and Deion has children of his own as well. So Deion was concerned. He wasn't the type of guy. See, a lot of men do this, and it backfires in the end. Like, you're dating a woman and you're concerned about the woman only. You're not really concerned about her children. And a lot of women do it also. They're like, well, I'm in love with him, so you're just going to have to accept him. And I don't even want to know the parents. I don't even want to know the daddy on that side or the mama on that side. I don't want to be their friends or anything. Deion was a completely, totally different dude. And going through the article and the information that was given to the public, Babyface said that's the reason why he respected him so much. So it turns out that the two legends actually get along very well. Here's what Deion did. Deion Sanders said, before I meet your children, I want to meet and establish a relationship with their father first. Oh, that right there took Babyface out. He was like, yo, I have mad respect for that. Because if you think about it, there ain't too many men out here that are like, before I meet your children, I want to meet their dad and have a relationship with him first, at least a meeting and so on. So, you know, they met, they hit it off, they became cool, and then it was time to meet the children. And now they're one big blended family. So now when I look at Tracy with all these young faces around her, we are actually looking at Babyface Edmonds' children and the Deion Sanders children all in a blended family. That's dope. That's dope. I don't need to tell you who Deion Sanders is. He's a former American professional and baseball player and one of the few icons to have ever played both National Football League and Major League Baseball, among many other things, right? And like I said before, this is about him and his foot and his health. And we send our best wishes to him, hoping that he doesn't have to get that foot amputated. I'll leave you with that one. Take care of yourself. Until next time, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And I'll catch you on the next video. I'm out. Peace.